What if the Big Bang wasn't the beginning? What if it was just a beginning? We are taught to see creation as a singular, explosive event in the distant past, a moment of divine utterance that sparked everything we know into existence. But I'm here to tell you that this perspective, as grand as it is infinitesimally small. The truth is far more strange, far more beautiful, and infinitely more profound. The act of creation wasn't a single event, but an eternal, ongoing symphony, and the universe you inhabit is just one note in an infinite chord. For centuries, this knowledge was considered heresy, a secret whispered only in the most hidden mystery schools. But now, the veils are thinning. Stay with me, and I will show you the hidden architecture of reality, the divine blueprint that connects parallel worlds, and the astonishing possibility that God's creation is not a finished masterpiece, but an ever-expanding gallery of infinite realities, each one a unique expression of the divine imagination. What you are about to hear will challenge the very foundations of your understanding of existence, God, and your own place in the cosmos. Imagine for a moment a divine artist, not one who paints on a single canvas, but one who conceives of an idea so vast, so filled with potential, that no single canvas could ever contain it. This is the core of what we are exploring. Ancient texts across the globe, from the Vedic hymns to the Gnostic Gospels, speak of a primordial thought, a divine spark. They describe a creator who didn't just build one world, but who dreamt all possible worlds. This wasn't a linear process. It was an explosion of potentiality. Think of it like a cosmic seed. When you plant a seed, it doesn't just grow one leaf. It sprouts a trunk, branches, and countless leaves, each similar yet each unique in its pattern and its placement. The multiverse, the infinite realities, are the leaves on the world tree, Yggdrasil, the Ashvattha, a symbol found in nearly every ancient culture. They understood that creation wasn't a straight line, it was a branching, fractal, and never-ending process. Modern physics is only now catching up to this ancient wisdom, with theories like string theory and the many worlds interpretation. These theories, born from complex mathematics, suggest that our universe is just one brain, a membrane floating in a higher dimensional space, a cosmic ocean filled with other parallel universes. But what these equations show as mathematical probabilities, ancient mystics saw as the very breath of God, exhaling countless realities with every cosmic pulse. But the next part will surprise you even more, because this divine act of creation wasn't random. There appears to be a blueprint, a kind of cosmic DNA that underpins every single one of these realities. Scientists call it the laws of physics, the fundamental constants that make life possible. Change the strength of gravity by a fraction, and stars would never form. Tweak the charge of an electron, and atoms would fly apart. Our universe is exquisitely fine-tuned for existence, but the secret isn't that our universe is the only one that got it right. The secret is that the blueprint itself allows for variations. Think of God not as a builder, but as a composer. The blueprint is the master melody, the fundamental theme. Each universe is a different orchestration of that same melody. In one reality, the melody is played on strings, creating a universe of gentle flowing energies. In another, it's played with thunderous brass, forging a reality of violent, chaotic beauty. There might be universes where the speed of light is different, where there are more than 3 spatial dimensions, where the very nature of consciousness takes a form we can't even imagine, and yet they are all born from the same divine tune, the same source code of creation. This is why we see the same patterns repeating themselves everywhere, from the spiral of a galaxy to the spiral of a seashell, from the branching of a river delta to the branching of the neurons in your brain. This is not a coincidence. This is the signature of the composer, the fingerprint of God, echoed across the infinite orchestra. What comes next may change how you see the sky forever. Because if these other realities exist, where are they? The answer is both shocking and elegantly simple. They are not far away in space. They are right here, right now, separated from us by a veil of vibration. Imagine a radio dial. You can only listen to one station at a time, but all the other stations are still broadcasting their songs, their information filling the very room you are in. You are simply not tuned to their frequency. Parallel realities are thought to operate on a similar principle. They occupy the same space, but vibrate at a different frequency, a different energetic resonance. Our senses, our entire biological and conscious apparatus, are tuned to this specific channel we call our universe. But what if it were possible to shift the dial? Mystics and shamans throughout history have spoken of journeys to other realms, the spirit world, the dream time. They achieved this through deep meditation, sacred plants, or ritual, practices designed to alter their state of consciousness, to temporarily retune their awareness to a different cosmic frequency. They weren't hallucinating. They were glimpsing the realities next door. They were seeing the other leaves on the great cosmic tree. Modern quantum physics even gives us a tantalizing clue to how this might be possible with the concept of quantum entanglement, the spooky action at a distance, where two particles remain connected, instantly influencing each other no matter how far apart they are. What if this entanglement isn't just between particles but between entire universes? What if a decision you make here, in this reality, sends a ripple that instantly affects your parallel self in another? A soul-deep connection that transcends the boundaries of time and space. The next revelation uncovers a secret very few people know. This secret has to do with your own role in this divine creation. You are not merely a passive observer in one of God's many universes. You are an active participant. The Gnostic texts, often suppressed and deemed heretical, spoke of a divine spark trapped within humanity. They believed that each human soul was a fragment of the original divine consciousness. This changes everything. If we are fragments of the Creator, then the act of creation is not something that happened to us, but something that is happening through us right now. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics makes a staggering claim that every time a quantum event has more than one possible outcome, the universe splits. Every choice, every possibility, branches off into its own, brand new reality. When you stand at a crossroads and choose to go left, a parallel universe is instantly born where you chose to go right. This isn't just a thought experiment. It means that you, through the simple act of observation and choice, are a co-creator of reality. You are pruning the infinite branches of possibility, constantly participating in the expansion of the cosmos. Think of the sheer, awe-inspiring power of that idea. Every dream you have, every path not taken, every what-if, exists somewhere as a tangible, physical reality. God's creation isn't just a static set of universes, it's a dynamic, interactive, and ever-growing tapestry, and your consciousness is the needle weaving new threads into existence with every passing moment. You are not just a painting in God's gallery, you are a brush in God's hand. And this leads us to an even deeper, more profound mystery. If all possibilities are being played out across these infinite realities, what does that mean for concepts like fate, destiny, and free will? It suggests they are not mutually exclusive. There may be a grand destiny, a divine arc for your soul's journey, the main melody written by the composer. But you have the free will to choose the instruments, the tempo, and the harmony. You choose how you play the song. In one reality, you may learn a lesson through hardship and struggle. In another, you might learn that same lesson through joy and compassion. But the lesson, the core spiritual growth, remains the same. The paths are parallel, but they all ultimately lead toward the same divine ocean. This is perhaps why we experience déjà vu, those strange moments of familiarity with a new place or situation. Are we simply remembering a dream, or are we experiencing a momentary bleed-through, a resonance from a parallel path where a different version of ourselves has walked this road before? What about soulmates, that inexplicable connection we feel with certain people? Is it possible that we are journeying with the same constellation of souls across many different universal lifetimes, weaving our stories together in countless variations? The connections we feel, the synchronicities that guide us, the intuitive pulls toward a certain destiny. These may not be random chance. They could be the echoes, the harmonic resonances between our parallel selves, guiding each other across the cosmic sea, ensuring that, no matter which path we take, we are never truly lost or alone. But this is only the surface, a mere glimpse into the looking glass. The implications of this model of creation are staggering, touching upon the very nature of good and evil, life and death. If every possibility is real, then somewhere there are realities born of our darkest fears and realities that manifest our highest hopes. It could be that our moral and spiritual development in this life is what determines the vibrational frequency of our consciousness, tuning us toward one set of realities over another. It's not about a final judgment, but about resonance. By cultivating love, compassion, and wisdom, we are literally tuning our souls to align with realities that reflect those same qualities. We are choosing our own heaven, not in an afterlife, but in the here and now, by selecting which parallel path we consciously experience. And death? What if death isn't an end? What if it's simply a transition? A final, definitive shifting of the dial? Not an annihilation of consciousness, but a shedding of this physical antenna, allowing our awareness to fully merge with the next reality in our soul's great journey. A reality we have been building for ourselves with every thought, every word, and every deed in this one. It reframes our existence from a brief, finite spark into one chapter in an eternal cosmic novel with infinite pages yet to be written. Now let's venture even further out into the truly esoteric. Ancient traditions speak of cosmic cycles, great ages, or yugas that describe the rising and falling of collective consciousness. Could it be that entire universes, or at least collections of them, operate on these cycles? Perhaps there are infant universes, just beginning their journey of expansion and complexification, raw and chaotic. And perhaps there are ancient, mature universes, where consciousness has evolved to a point where it has merged back with the divine source, becoming co-creators on a truly cosmic scale. It's possible that our universe is somewhere in its adolescence, filled with potential and turmoil, learning to wield its creative power. What we perceive as alien visitations or encounters with higher beings, angels or demons, might not be beings from other planets, but travelers from other dimensions, visitors from a parallel reality that is either more advanced or simply different from our own. Beings who have mastered the ability to shift their vibrational frequency, to move between the rooms in God's infinite mansion. They may be here as guides, as observers, or perhaps, for reasons we cannot yet comprehend, as a reflection of our own future potential, showing us what humanity could one day become when we finally understand the true nature of our creative power and our place within this infinite divine matrix. And here is where the story takes a turn that science is only now beginning to comprehend, through something called the holographic principle. This is a mind-bending theory from the cutting edge of physics which suggests that the entire three-dimensional universe we experience may be a projection, a hologram, whose information is encoded on a two-dimensional surface at the farthest edge of the cosmos. Think of the security chip on a credit card, a flat, 2D surface that contains all the 3D information about your account. The theory posits that our reality works the same way. What if the Creator's blueprint isn't just a metaphor? What if all these infinite realities are projections from a single, ultimate source, a cosmic film projector showing countless movies at once? This would mean that the separation we feel, between ourselves and others, between this universe and another, is an illusion. It's all one interconnected whole, one divine thought, expressing itself in a shimmering, holographic display of infinite complexity. And if this is true, it means that by changing a piece of the information here in our perceived reality, we can change the entire projection. This is the ultimate secret of alchemy and manifestation. Consciousness is the key that can rewrite the source code. Our focused intent, our emotions, our beliefs, they are not just internal experiences. They are interactions with the fundamental holographic field that projects reality itself. We are not just living in the hologram. We are the hologram, and we are also the consciousness that gives it meaning.